Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Confident Speaking Podcasts. I'm Jolie, and I'm thrilled to be your guide today on our journey to achieving confident and fluent English. For those joining us for the first time, we upload a brand new English learning video every single day, designed to supercharge your English skills. Today's lesson focuses on a truly transformative topic: mastering the art of description. This isn't just about stringing words together, it's about painting vivid pictures with your words, allowing you to express yourself clearly and confidently in any situation, from casual conversations to formal presentations. Will not only enhance your listening comprehension, but also significantly improve your speaking and writing abilities. Prepare to learn English faster than you ever thought possible. Many learners equate fluency with rapid-fire speech. While speed has its place, true fluency is built on clarity, confidence, and the ability to vividly describe your thoughts, feelings, and experiences. Think of it this way. If you can paint a clear picture with your words, you'll never be lost for words in a conversation. That's why we're honing in on descriptive skills today. It's the key that unlocks fluent, natural English. Let's start with something simple. Imagine you're sitting in your room. Take a moment to really look around. What do you see? A comfy armchair, perhaps? A steaming mug of coffee? Your favorite novel lying open on the bedside table? Let's take that armchair. Instead of just saying, chair, let's build a description. We could say, it's an old, worn leather armchair, the kind that sinks invitingly under your weight. The leather is a deep, rich brown, almost burgundy in places, softened by years of use. You can feel the faint imprint of countless hours spent reading, relaxing, and simply being. The arms are wide and sturdy, and it has four slightly splayed legs, giving it a comforting, slightly unsteady feel. A faded floral pattern adorns one of its cushions. See how the simple sentence, "It's a chair," transforms into a detailed description? We've added layers of detail, creating a much richer image for the listener. We do this by layering details, building up a complete picture, sentence by sentence. Let's practice. I'll say a sentence, and you repeat it slowly and thoughtfully. The mug is ceramic. Now, let's add details. The mug is a large ceramic mug. Even more, the mug is a large ceramic mug, a warm shade of beige with a whimsical floral pattern. Notice how each addition brings the mug to life? This layering technique is the bedrock of fluency. This method works equally well for beginners and advanced learners. Beginners might use simple words like big, small, red, or nice. Advanced learners can use more nuanced vocabulary, employing words like colossal, minuscule, crimson, or exquisite. The principle remains the same, building layer upon layer of detail. Let's consider another everyday example: breakfast. You could simply say, I ate cereal. But let's make it more descriptive. I ate a bowl of crunchy honey nut granola with a splash of creamy almond milk. The granola was slightly toasted, with a hint of cinnamon. The milk was cold and refreshing, a perfect complement to the warmth of the granola. See how much richer the description is? Now, your listener not only knows what you ate, but also experiences the taste, texture, and temperature. This is the power of descriptive language. Here's a fun exercise. Think about something you ate yesterday. Close your eyes, recall it vividly, the colors, textures, tastes, and smells. Now describe it aloud in English, taking your time. Don't worry about perfect grammar. The goal is to practice creating detailed descriptions. Remember to focus on adding layers of detail. This simple yet powerful exercise will train your brain to think in English. Developing fluency in English isn't a race. It's a journey of building comfort and confidence. Many learners mistakenly believe that speed equates to fluency, leading them to rush, make mistakes, and ultimately lose confidence. The truth is, comfortable, clear speech, even if slow initially, is the foundation for effortless, rapid fluency. By focusing on building descriptive skills, you'll find words flowing more naturally and easily. Let's explore this concept through the art of description. Imagine you're at a coffee shop with a friend, and someone asks, "Who's that?" A simple answer would be, "That's my friend." But we can build on this. We can add detail, gradually painting a richer picture. "That's my friend, Sarah. She's tall, with long, wavy brown hair." This is already an improvement. Let's add more. "That's my friend, Sarah. She's tall, with long, wavy brown hair, and she's wearing a bright yellow scarf today." Notice how each detail enhances the image. To further elevate your description, add personality. "That's my friend, Sarah. She's tall with long, wavy brown hair, and she's wearing a bright yellow scarf today." She's incredibly kind and always has a witty comment ready. Now you're not just describing her appearance, but also her character, making your description much more vivid and engaging. Let's practice together. Say slowly, after me. "She is short." Now add, "She is short and has bright blue eyes." Add again, "She is short, has bright blue eyes, and is wearing a red dress." Finally, "She is short, has bright blue eyes, is wearing a red dress, and she has a captivating smile." Do you feel the power of adding details? Each addition strengthens the description, creating a more complete picture in the listener's mind. This technique works equally well when describing places. Consider describing your city. A simple beginner's response might be, "My city is big." Let's expand that. "My city is big and incredibly vibrant." Add more. "My city is big, incredibly vibrant, and boasts a stunning skyline." Now, let's add more specific details. "My city is big, incredibly vibrant, boasts a stunning skyline, and the streets are filled with the aroma of street food and the sounds of bustling activity." See how adding sensory details creates a much more immersive and memorable description? Now, let's try another exercise. Close your eyes and visualize your bedroom. Describe it slowly in English. Start with, "My bedroom is small." Then add, "My bedroom is small and cozy." Add more detail. "My bedroom is small, cozy, and painted a calming shade of lavender." Add more still. "My bedroom is small, cozy, painted a calming shade of lavender, and has a large window overlooking a lush garden." Finally, add some personality. "My bedroom is small, cozy, painted a calming shade of lavender, has a large window overlooking a lush garden, and it feels incredibly peaceful and relaxing. It's my sanctuary." Each addition further enhances your descriptive powers, training your brain to think in English with layered detail. Engaging your five senses, sight, sound, smell, taste, and touch, is crucial for creating rich and memorable descriptions. Let's illustrate this with an apple. The basic description is, "The apple is red." Let's add the senses. The apple is red and shiny. Add taste. The apple is red, shiny, and tastes incredibly sweet and crisp. Add smell. The apple is red, shiny, tastes incredibly sweet and crisp, and has a refreshing fruity aroma. Add touch. The apple is red, shiny, tastes incredibly sweet and crisp, has a refreshing fruity aroma, and feels smooth and cool to the touch. See how much more evocative the description becomes? Let's do another example with bread. The bread is warm. Now add, the bread is warm and soft. Add more. The bread is warm, soft, and smells incredibly yeasty and delicious. Add taste. The bread is warm, soft, smells incredibly yeasty and delicious, and tastes slightly sweet and perfectly crusty. Add emotion. The bread is warm, soft, smells incredibly yeasty and delicious, tastes slightly sweet and perfectly crusty, and the taste evokes feelings of comfort and nostalgia. By practicing these techniques, you'll not only improve your English fluency, but also learn to connect your emotions to the language. Remember, the goal isn't speed, but confident, clear, and detailed descriptions. The key to unlocking fluency in English isn't rote memorization of prefabricated sentences, it's the ability to naturally expand your thoughts and articulate them clearly. This involves a gradual process of building upon simple ideas, adding detail layer by layer until you can vividly describe anything, an object, a person, a place, an experience, or even a complex emotion. This isn't about memorizing, it's about training your brain to think in English. Let's start with a simple yet powerful daily exercise. Each morning, dedicate 5 minutes to describing an object in your immediate vicinity. It could be your coffee mug, the plant on your windowsill, your keys, or even a piece of fruit. Begin with a basic description. This is a coffee mug. Then, gradually add detail. This is a ceramic coffee mug, white with a blue floral pattern. Continue expanding. It's a white ceramic coffee mug with a delicate blue floral pattern. It feels smooth and slightly cool to the touch. It has a small handle that fits comfortably in my hand. I use it every morning for my coffee. Notice how a simple statement transforms into a richer, more detailed description. This seemingly small exercise has a significant impact. Initially, you might find it challenging to articulate your thoughts effortlessly. However, with consistent practice, you'll notice a remarkable improvement in your fluency within a few months. Why? Because you're not just learning vocabulary, you're rewiring your brain to connect thoughts directly to English words, bypassing the often slow process of translation from your native language. This direct connection is the secret to effortless natural speech. Consider the common scenario of describing the weather. A beginner might say, "It's hot." That's a starting point. But we can build on it. "It's hot and sunny" becomes, "It's hot and sunny with a clear blue sky overhead," which evolves into, "It's a hot, sunny day. The sky is a brilliant, cloudless blue, and I can hear birds chirping merrily in the nearby trees. A gentle breeze rustles the leaves." See how adding layers of detail creates a vivid and engaging description? The same principle applies to any subject. Let's delve into another common situation, describing your feelings. Instead of the typical, "I'm fine" or "I'm good," try a more detailed response. Instead of simply, "I'm happy," try, "I'm feeling incredibly happy and energized today." The sunshine is boosting my mood, and I'm looking forward to a productive day. Or, I'm a little tired this morning, but I feel optimistic and excited about the challenges ahead. This more elaborate response provides a complete picture of your emotional state, making your communication richer and more engaging. Practice this daily. Each evening, spend a minute reflecting on your day and describing your emotional journey. For instance, today was a mix of emotions. I felt anxious before my presentation, but once I started speaking, I felt confident and relieved. Afterward, I felt a sense of accomplishment and satisfaction. This builds your emotional vocabulary and improves your ability to express nuanced feelings. Finally, let's look at describing actions. Instead of a simple, I studied, try, yesterday, I spent the afternoon at the library studying English. I focused on grammar exercises, read several chapters of a fascinating novel, and practiced conversational phrases with a language partner. This adds depth and context, transforming a simple statement into a compelling narrative. Practice describing your daily actions in detail. For example, instead of, I walked to the park, try, this morning I took a leisurely stroll through the park. The air was crisp and cool, the sun was just beginning to rise, painting the sky in beautiful shades of orange and pink. I saw families enjoying picnics on the grass, children playing on the swings, and squirrels scampering up trees. I sat on a bench, breathing in the fresh air, and enjoyed the peaceful ambiance. These exercises, though seemingly small, offer a powerful pathway to fluency. Remember, it's a journey of consistent practice and gradual expansion. By focusing on detailed description, you'll not only improve your vocabulary and grammar, but you'll also train your brain to think and express yourself fluidly in English. So, start small, add details, and watch your fluency blossom. Here's another small exercise tonight before sleeping. Think about your whole day. Describe it step by step in English. For example, I woke up at 6, brushed my teeth, and ate breakfast. I took the bus to work, and I felt a little tired. At lunch, I ate rice and vegetables with my friend, and we laughed a lot. Do this every day, and your ability to describe actions will grow naturally. Remember, describing is not about perfect grammar in the beginning. It is about expression. Even if your sentences are simple, the act of describing step by step will push you to use more words and expand your English naturally. With time, your grammar will also improve because you will notice patterns. Now, we'll focus on transforming simple statements into rich, engaging narratives, a crucial skill for achieving conversational mastery. This technique isn't just about vocabulary. It's about bringing your experiences to life, creating vivid imagery for your listener, and ultimately building stronger communication skills. We'll start by practicing descriptive storytelling. Imagine you went to a concert. A basic sentence would be, I went to a concert yesterday. But let's enrich this. We can say, I went to a concert yesterday. It was incredibly loud and electrifying. Now, let's add even more detail. I went to a concert yesterday. The music was deafening, the energy exhilarating. The band played all my favorite songs, their performance captivating the entire crowd. Notice how each addition builds upon the previous one, creating a more complete picture. Finally, we can add, I went to a concert yesterday. The music was so loud and exciting that I sang along with the crowd until my voice was completely hoarse. I even lost my voice. See how this final sentence adds a personal touch, making the experience more relatable? Let's practice this together. Say, I went shopping. Now, expand it. I went shopping and bought a new jacket. Let's add more details. I went shopping and bought a new jacket. It was incredibly soft and comfortable. One more addition. I went shopping and bought a new jacket. It was wonderfully soft and comfortable. And even better, I found it on sale. I felt fantastic about my bargain. This step-by-step approach transforms a simple sentence into a lively description. For effective practice, dedicate 5 minutes once a week to describing a personal experience in detail. A dinner with friends, a scenic walk, a captivating movie, or even a meaningful conversation. Don't worry about making mistakes. Focus on enriching your descriptions. This consistent practice significantly accelerates fluency. Remember, detailed descriptions foster connection. When you describe something vividly, your listener can truly visualize the scene, fostering a stronger bond. Beyond enhancing fluency, this skill strengthens communication. Think about your daily routine. It's a goldmine of descriptive opportunities. We perform countless small actions daily, each offering potential for detailed description. Let's take a typical morning. You wake up. The basic sentence is, I woke up at 6 a.m. But let's expand it. I woke up at 6 a.m., feeling slightly groggy. Add more. I woke up at 6 a.m., feeling slightly groggy, and stretched languidly in bed before getting up. Now, even more detail. I woke up at 6 a.m., feeling slightly groggy. I stretched in bed before getting up and then peeked out the window to see the bright morning sun streaming through the leaves. See how this unfolds like a mini story? Let's try another example. I brushed my teeth. Now, let's expand. I brushed my teeth with minty fresh toothpaste. More detail. I brushed my teeth with minty fresh toothpaste, and the invigorating taste woke me right up. And even more. I brushed my teeth with minty fresh toothpaste. The fresh taste made me feel alert, and I even checked my reflection in the mirror to make sure my smile was ready for the day. This isn't just about memorizing words, it's about connecting language to your life. Try this. Tomorrow morning, spend 5 minutes after breakfast detailing your routine aloud. Even if you're alone, practice saying, I woke up at 6 a.m. I brushed my teeth with spearmint toothpaste. I ate warm toast with butter and drank a cup of coffee. The more detail you add, the more effective the practice. Now, let's consider breakfast. Instead of, I ate breakfast, try, I ate breakfast and drank some tea. Add more. I ate breakfast, drank tea, and enjoyed a slice of whole wheat toast with butter. Even richer, I ate breakfast, drank tea, savored a slice of warm, crusty whole wheat toast with butter, and relished the peaceful, quiet morning at my kitchen table. This daily practice trains your brain to think in English, transforming your fluency gradually. Let's move to the afternoon. If you went to work, instead of saying, I went to work, say, I went to work by bus. Expand it. I went to work by bus and the traffic was unusually heavy. Add more. I went to work by bus. The traffic was heavy, so I listened to my favorite playlist on my headphones. Even more detail. I went to work by bus this morning. The traffic was incredibly heavy, but listening to music on my headphones helped me stay calm. I even enjoyed watching the tall buildings rush past as we moved through the city. This precise detailing is key to fluent English. Let's do one more example with studying. Instead of, I studied English, try, I studied English and read an interesting article about travel. Add more. I studied English, read an article about travel, and wrote down 10 new words in my notebook. And finally, I studied English, read an article on travel, wrote down 10 new words, and practiced pronouncing them slowly and clearly. See how we transform a simple sentence into a detailed, engaging narrative? Consistent application of this technique will steadily improve your English fluency. Next, we'll focus on everyday routines, objects, memories, and emotions, using techniques like expansion, comparison, and metaphors. First, let's practice describing evening routines. Start with a simple sentence. I ate dinner. Now, let's build upon it. I ate dinner with my family. Even better, I had a delicious dinner with my family. We enjoyed flavorful rice and tender chicken. Let's add more detail. Last night, I had dinner with my family. We savored rice and chicken, sharing stories about our day. My brother regaled us with hilarious anecdotes, and we all laughed until our sides hurt. This isn't just description, it's storytelling. To further improve, try this. Each evening, record yourself speaking in English for 3 minutes about your day. Don't worry about mistakes, just speak freely. Later, listen back and identify new vocabulary to incorporate. This self-practice is incredibly effective for building fluency because you're describing real-life experiences using your own words. Now, let's delve into describing objects. Begin with basic attributes like shape and color, then add details on size, texture, and function. For example, let's describe a phone. My phone is black. That's simple. Now, let's expand. My phone is a sleek, black, rectangular device. More detail. My phone is a sleek, black, rectangular device with a smooth, responsive touchscreen. Even more descriptive. My phone is a sleek, black, rectangular device with a smooth, cool-to-the-touch touchscreen. It feels refreshingly cool against my skin on a warm morning. I use it to connect with friends, check messages, and capture photos. See how this provides a complete picture? Let's try another example. The table is wooden. Let's add, the table is made of dark, polished mahogany wood. It's sturdy and heavy, with 4 strong, elegantly carved legs. I use it every evening for family dinners. It's a centerpiece of our family gatherings. This step-by-step approach significantly improves fluency. For practice, describe 5 objects in your home using at least 5 sentences each, starting simply and adding layers of detail. Now, let's explore describing memories. Memories are powerful because they link the past to the present. Start with, I remember my birthday. Expand. I remember my 10th birthday last year. More detail. I vividly remember my 10th birthday last year when my friends surprised me with a spectacular multi-tiered chocolate cake. Even richer, I remember my 10th birthday last year when my friends surprised me with a spectacular multi-tiered chocolate cake. We laughed, shared gifts, and I felt incredibly happy and grateful for their friendship. Memories are infused with emotion. Describing them in English will make your speech more natural and expressive. Let's practice, I remember my school days. Add details. I remember my school days. my kind and encouraging teachers, then my supportive teachers, and my fun-loving classmates. Further expansion, my teachers, my classmates, and the carefree joy of playing tag at recess under the warm afternoon Sunday. See how description brings memories to life? A powerful technique to elevate your descriptions is comparison. Comparing one thing to another makes your speech more natural, vivid, and even poetic. For instance, instead of "the sky is blue," try "the sky is the color of a summer ocean," or "the sky is like a vast, soft blue blanket draped over the city." Let's practice. The night was dark. Now, compare. The night was as dark as spilled ink on white paper. Add more. The night was as dark as spilled ink on white paper, and the stars were like tiny diamonds scattered across a velvet cloth. This creates a stronger mental image. Similarly, instead of "I was happy," say "I was as happy as a child unwrapping a cherished gift on Christmas morning." Or, instead of "I was tired," try "I was as tired as a marathon runner crossing the finish line." These comparisons enhance your English and create an emotional connection with your listener. Practice describing one feeling you experienced today using a comparison. Finally, let's explore metaphors. A metaphor is a figure of speech where you describe something as something else. For example, instead of "he is very fast," say "he's a rocket on the field." Or, instead of "she is very smart," try "she's a walking encyclopedia." Metaphors add color and naturalness to your speech. Let's practice "time is money." My heart pounded like a drum when I was nervous. The classroom was a chaotic jungle of sound and energy. These are commonly used by native speakers, and mastering them enhances your descriptive abilities. Now, let's return to describing places, but with more depth. Let's expand our descriptive skills. We started with a simple sentence. The park is big, green, and full of tall trees. That's a good beginning, but it lacks detail. To bring it to life, we need to engage more senses. Think about what you can see, hear, smell, taste, and even feel in the park. Let's add some sensory details. Instead of just big, green, and full of tall trees, we can say, "The park is vast, a sea of emerald green, dotted with towering oak trees, whose leaves rustle in the gentle breeze." Notice how vast is more evocative than big, and "sea of emerald green" paints a more vivid picture than simply green. The mention of rustling leaves engages the sense of hearing. Now, let's add sounds. We can hear children laughing, their joyous squeals echoing through the air, and the distant bark of playful dogs. Instead of just stating the sounds, we describe them. The laughter isn't just laughter, it's joyous and echoing. This adds depth and personality. Next, feelings. A sense of tranquility washes over me as I walk along the shaded paths. Feeling peaceful isn't enough. We want to express the feeling more descriptively. The description now uses stronger verbs and more evocative language. Let's practice with another example. We start with "the beach is sandy." We can enhance this by adding more details step by step. The beach is sandy and wide. This adds scale and gives a better sense of the space. The beach is sandy, wide, and the waves are gentle, lapping softly against the shore. Now we've introduced movement and sound. The beach is sandy and wide. The gentle waves whisper secrets to the shore. carrying the salty tang of the ocean air. Here, we've added the sense of smell and used more figurative language. Finally, let's add the most captivating detail. The beach is sandy and wide. The gentle waves whisper secrets to the shore, carrying the salty tang of the ocean air, while a breathtaking sunset paints the sky with fiery oranges and soft pinks, casting a golden glow upon the rippling water. Now the scene is complete, engaging all the senses and creating a lasting impression. This gradual building is key. This method helps you to add layers of detail, enhancing your descriptive abilities. Here's a simple daily exercise to practice this. Every day, take a short walk and describe what you see, hear, smell, and feel in English. For example, instead of "the street is busy," try "the street is a cacophony of sounds, the rumble of tires on asphalt, the blare of car horns, the chatter of passers-by, all interwoven with the sweet aroma of freshly baked bread wafting from the nearby bakery." By actively observing and describing your surroundings, you integrate English into your daily life and improve your descriptive writing significantly. This makes learning fun and effective. Okay, let's dive deeper into descriptive writing in English. We'll focus on describing people, events, and weaving them together into compelling narratives. Instead of simply stating, "he's tall," let's paint a vivid picture. Try, "He's a tall man with neatly cropped black hair, often wearing wire-rimmed glasses and a crisp white shirt. His voice is a low, resonant baritone, and he speaks deliberately, choosing his words carefully. He has a calming presence. His friendly demeanor puts everyone at ease." See how much richer that is? It gives a complete sense of the individual. Let's practice building descriptions step by step. We'll start with a simple sentence. "She is young." Now, let's add details. She is young and has a cascade of curly auburn hair. More details. She is young, has a cascade of curly auburn hair, and is wearing a vibrant red dress today, the color complementing her complexion perfectly. Let's add more sensory information. She is young, has a cascade of curly auburn hair, is wearing a vibrant red dress today, and speaks with a soft, gentle voice. Her words as soothing as a summer breeze. A gentle smile constantly plays on her lips, enhancing her warm personality. Each addition brings the description to life, making her more real and memorable. Now, a challenge. Think of a family member or friend. Spend 5 minutes describing them aloud, covering their appearance, clothing style. Think about specific items, colors, and textures, their voice tone, pitch, pace, their personality, key traits, quirks, and mannerisms, and finally, how they make you feel. This will help you integrate details naturally and fluently. Mastering emotional description is key. Instead of "she was angry," describe her expressions. Her eyes narrowed to slits, her lips were pressed into a thin, tight line, and her voice, usually melodious, was now sharp and brittle, almost a hiss. Instead of "he was happy," show his joy. He clapped his hands, his laughter echoing, a pure, bright sound. His eyes sparkled with unrestrained joy, crinkling at the corners. These vivid details make your English vibrant and engaging. Let's try this with sadness. He was sad. Now add layers. He was sad, his gaze fixed on the ground, his shoulders slumped in a heavy posture. More. He was sad, his gaze fixed on the ground, his shoulders slumped, his voice a low, broken whisper barely audible above a sigh. Notice how the description adds emotional weight? Now, let's move to describing events. Imagine someone asks about a party. "It was fun," is a weak answer. Let's build it up. The party was fun. There was music pulsing through the room, filling the air with energy. More detail. The party was fun. There was upbeat music, people dancing energetically, a joyful chaos of movement and laughter. Even more, the party was fun. The music pulsed. People danced with unrestrained enthusiasm. The lights were a kaleidoscope of bright, colorful swirls. And I laughed with my friends until the very last song. See how much richer the description becomes? Here's an exercise. Each week, choose an event, a meal, a walk, a game, or a meeting. Describe it in detail. Include the people, the setting, the actions, the sounds, smells, and your feelings. This will build your storytelling confidence. Storytelling is the ultimate descriptive exercise. It connects people, places, actions, emotions, and details. It's about more than just describing. It's about organizing ideas, creating rhythm, and engaging your listener. Even with a simple vocabulary, you can craft compelling stories. Let's build a story together. Yesterday, I went to the market. Let's expand. Yesterday, I went to the market to buy fresh vegetables for dinner. More, yesterday I went to the market to buy fresh vegetables. It was bustling with activity, a vibrant cacophony of sounds and sights. More still, yesterday I went to the market to buy fresh vegetables. It was a vibrant, bustling market overflowing with people and the tantalizing aroma of fresh bread wafted from a nearby bakery, drawing me in. Even more. Yesterday, I went to the market to buy vegetables. It was bustling with activity, the air thick with the scent of fresh bread from a nearby bakery. I paused to chat with a friendly old man selling bright red apples, his weathered hands carefully selecting the perfect ones for me. Now you try. This morning, I went for a walk. Expand it daily, adding details about the place, time, people, feelings, and actions. This daily practice will improve your fluency and reduce reliance on translation. Finally, let's focus on connecting sentences using linking words. Instead of, "I went to the cafe," "I drank coffee," "I read a book," say, "I went to the cozy cafe where I enjoyed a strong cup of coffee and lost myself in a captivating book while sitting by the sun-drenched window." Words like and, but, because, so, while, when, after, before improve flow and coherence. Let's practice using these linking words in our next session. Okay, class, let's review sentence fluency. We've been working on combining simple sentences to create more complex and engaging narratives. Remember our earlier examples? "I was tired, but I finished my work." This sentence utilizes the conjunction but to show contrast, creating a more nuanced picture than simply stating, "I was tired and I finished my work" as separate, unconnected thoughts. It tells us something about our perseverance despite fatigue. Similarly, "I stayed home because it was raining" uses the subordinating conjunction because to explain the reason for staying home. This adds context and depth. "I listened to music while I cooked dinner" employs the subordinating conjunction while to show simultaneous actions, painting a more vivid scene of a relaxing evening. Finally, "I smiled when my friend called me" uses when to indicate the trigger for the smile, a happy event that concludes the series of actions. Now, let's explore how we can expand this concept further. Notice how each sentence, through careful word choice, creates a smoother, more natural flow. Consider the difference between "I watched a movie" and "I watched a heartwarming romantic comedy, complete with a satisfying ending." The second sentence is far more descriptive, engaging the reader's imagination. It adds specificity, improving the reader's understanding and enhancing the narrative. Let's delve deeper into the power of linking words, also called conjunctions and transition words. These words are the glue that binds sentences together, creating a cohesive and engaging narrative. Take the simple sentence, "I watched a movie." We can build upon it using linking words, adding detail. "I watched a suspenseful thriller movie, and it kept me on the edge of my seat until the very end." Here, "and" connects two clauses, offering more detail about the movie's genre and effect. Showing simultaneity, "I watched a movie and ate a large bag of buttery popcorn." This uses "and" to show two actions happening simultaneously, creating a more relatable and realistic picture. Adding further details with temporal connections, "I watched a movie and ate popcorn while my brother played video games in the next room," occasionally commenting on the plot. This adds "while" to show concurrent activities, creating a scene with multiple participants and actions. Building a chronological sequence. "I watched a movie and ate popcorn while my brother played video games, and afterwards we discussed the movie's surprising twist." Afterwards establishes a clear chronological order, adding another layer to the narrative. The phrase "surprising twist" further enriches the detail. By adding these linking words and descriptive details, we build richer, more fluent sentences. Think of them as building blocks for your writing. The more you practice, the more naturally you'll incorporate them into your writing. So, keep practicing, adding details, and experimenting with different linking words to enhance your descriptive writing skills. Now it's your turn. Try building a longer sentence, starting with a simple statement like, "I went to the park." Let's see what creative sentences you can craft. Okay, let's elevate our English storytelling skills. We'll focus on incorporating vivid details, emotions, and sensory descriptions to make your stories come alive. First, let's build stories by adding layers of detail. Imagine saying, "I met my friend." That's a great start, but it's bare bones. Let's flesh it out. "I met my friend at a cozy cafe downtown." Better! Now let's add some emotion. "I met my friend at a cozy cafe downtown. I was so thrilled we hadn't seen each other in ages." Excellent! We're building a richer narrative. Let's add sensory details. "I met my friend at a cozy cafe downtown. I was thrilled we hadn't seen each other in ages." The aroma of freshly brewed coffee filled the air as we laughed, catching up on each other's lives. Soft jazz played in the background, creating a wonderfully intimate atmosphere. See the difference? We've transformed a simple sentence into a mini scene, complete with feelings, sights, smells, and sounds. Let's try another example. "I visited my grandmother." This is our starting point. Now, let's expand. "I visited my grandmother, and she prepared my favorite meal, her famous lasagna." Even better, "I visited my grandmother, and she prepared my favorite meal, her legendary lasagna." The warmth of her kitchen, filled with the comforting scent of oregano and simmering tomatoes, enveloped me. I felt so happy and loved, surrounded by her cherished family heirlooms. Now, add a final layer. "I visited my grandmother, and she prepared my favorite meal, her legendary lasagna." The warmth of her kitchen, filled with the comforting scent of oregano and simmering tomatoes, enveloped me. I felt so happy and loved, surrounded by her cherished family heirlooms. We talked for hours, sharing stories about her childhood in Italy and the joys of her long life. The afternoon felt timeless. This detailed description makes your English more engaging and expressive. It demonstrates a deeper understanding of the language and helps you connect with your audience on a more personal level. Another powerful technique is shadowing. Find a short story online or in a book. Audio versions are excellent. Listen to a sentence, repeat it precisely, then try rephrasing it in your own words. For example, you hear, "I bought a bright red jacket at the mall." You repeat it. Then you might say, "Yesterday, I found a stunning red coat on sale at the city's largest shopping center." Even these subtle changes significantly improve fluency and vocabulary. Let's practice a guided storytelling exercise. Imagine it's evening, and you're walking home. I'll guide you. I walked home in the evening. Now, add details. I walked home in the evening, and the sky blazed with a vibrant orange sunset. Add more. I walked home in the evening. The sky blazed with a vibrant orange sunset, and a cool breeze kissed my skin after a sweltering day. Continue building. I walked home in the evening. The sky blazed with a vibrant orange sunset, and a cool breeze kissed my skin after a sweltering day. I passed a bakery, the aroma of freshly baked bread tantalizing my hunger. Finally, I walked home in the evening. The sky blazed with a vibrant orange sunset, and a cool breeze kissed my skin after a sweltering day. I passed a bakery, the aroma of freshly baked bread tantalizing my hunger. A sense of profound peace washed over me as I reached my front door. Challenge yourself. Before bed tonight, spend 5 minutes recounting your day in English. Don't translate, just describe it. Even simple sentences contribute to fluency. Remember, storytelling isn't just for big events. Everyday experiences become captivating when you add details. This prepares you for conversations. When asked, "What did you do today?" a detailed response showcases your fluency. Fluency isn't just about the past and present, it's about the future too. Start with, "I will study tomorrow." Now, let's expand. I will study tomorrow morning at the library, planning to review 5 chapters of my history textbook. Even better, I will study tomorrow morning at the library, planning to review 5 chapters of my history textbook, and afterward, I will meet Sarah for a relaxing lunch at the Italian place downtown. Describing your plans with details paints a clear future picture. Practice this daily. Spend 2 minutes each morning outlining your day in English. Today, I will go to work, meet with my team, finish the presentation, and afterwards I'll go to the gym before picking up groceries on my way home. Finally, I will enjoy a quiet evening at home. Simple is perfectly fine. The act of thinking and speaking about the future in English is key. Finally, tap into the power of imagination. Imagine, one day I will live by the sea. Expand. One day I will live by the sea, waking each morning to the soothing rhythm of the waves. And further, one day I will live by the sea, waking each morning to the soothing rhythm of the waves, sipping coffee, while watching a breathtaking sunrise paint the sky. Connecting English practice with personal dreams makes learning more engaging and memorable. Now, go create your stories. Let's explore how describing your future aspirations can significantly boost your English learning. The original example, "In the future, I will buy a house," is a great starting point, but it lacks the richness and detail that can truly engage your language skills. We started simply, adding details incrementally: a garden, then flowers and trees, finally culminating in peaceful evenings stargazing. Each edition builds upon the previous one, creating a more vivid and compelling picture. This isn't just about sentence construction, it's about crafting a narrative, a personal story that fuels your motivation. Think of it like building a house. You wouldn't just throw up walls without a plan. Similarly, crafting a detailed description of your future requires careful planning and consideration. Instead of simply saying, "I will buy a house," let's expand. Imagine your dream house. Is it a cozy cottage nestled in the countryside, a modern penthouse overlooking a bustling city, or a spacious ranch on a sprawling piece of land? Describe the architecture. Is it Victorian, contemporary, or something else entirely? What colors will the walls be? What kind of flooring will you have? Consider the details that make it your dream home. Now, let's add the garden. What kind of flowers will you plant? Will it be a vibrant riot of color, a calming expanse of calming blues and greens, or a carefully curated collection of rare orchids? Will there be a vegetable patch where you can grow your own tomatoes and herbs? Imagine the scent of roses mingling with the freshly cut grass. What kind of trees will you plant? Will it be towering oak trees providing shade in the summer, or fruit trees providing delicious harvests in the fall? Let's extend this to a full evening scene. Imagine yourself sitting on your porch swing, the gentle breeze rustling the leaves of your trees. The stars twinkle above you, a captivating celestial display. Perhaps you have a loved one beside you, sharing the moment, a glass of wine in hand. Describe the sounds, the chirping of crickets, the distant hooting of an owl, the gentle lapping of water if you have a pond. Describe the feeling, the sense of peace, contentment, and accomplishment. This level of detail transforms a simple sentence into a powerful and motivating vision. Here's your weekly challenge. Select one dream or goal. Dedicate 5 minutes to describing it in detail. Think beyond simple statements. Consider the where, when, who, how, and the step-by-step process. Don't worry about grammatical perfection. The act of crafting this detailed description is the key. This exercise will not only enhance your fluency and vocabulary, but will also build your confidence and reinforce your commitment to achieving your goals. By vividly imagining and articulating your future, you plant the seeds for success, both in your life and in your English language journey. Another crucial aspect of descriptive English practice involves engaging your imagination. Let's start with a simple object, a chair. Imagine you're describing it to someone blindfolded. You might say, "It's a sturdy wooden chair with 4 slightly splayed legs, the kind that gently rock if you lean back. The seat is cushioned with a faded blue fabric, perhaps once a vibrant sapphire, now softened with age and wear. There's a faint, almost imperceptible scent of beeswax polish clinging to the wood. Sitting in it feels surprisingly comforting. The wood is smooth, almost warm to the touch, and the cushion offers a gentle, yielding support. This imaginative exercise is incredibly valuable for solo practice. You can do it anytime, anywhere. Now, let's collaboratively build a descriptive scene. Picture yourself on a train. Let's start simply. I am sitting on a train. Now, add details. I am sitting on a train, and the rhythmic clatter of the wheels on the tracks provides a steady, almost hypnotic beat. Expand further. I am sitting on a train. The rhythmic clatter of the wheels on the tracks is a steady, almost hypnotic beat. Sunlight streams through the window, illuminating dust motes dancing in the golden rays. Let's add more sensory details. I am sitting on a train. The rhythmic clatter of the wheels on the tracks is a steady, hypnotic beat. Sunlight streams through the window, illuminating dust motes dancing in the golden rays. Green fields, dotted with sheep, blur past in a vibrant, rushing panorama. The air smells faintly of fresh-cut grass and wood smoke from a distant farm. Finally, add emotion. I am sitting on a train. The rhythmic clatter of the wheels on the tracks is a steady, hypnotic beat. Sunlight streams through the window, illuminating dust motes dancing in the golden rays. Green fields, dotted with sheep, blur past in a vibrant, rushing panorama. The air smells faintly of fresh-cut grass and wood smoke from a distant farm. A feeling of anticipation and excitement washes over me. I'm on my way to a long-awaited adventure. This exercise simultaneously enhances fluency and imaginative expression. Describing the future and hypothetical situations is equally important. We can utilize what-if sentences. For instance, what if I win the lottery? A simple response might be, if I win the lottery, I'll buy a big house. Let's expand it. If I win the lottery, I'll buy a big house, a rambling Victorian with a wraparound porch overlooking a tranquil lake. I'd fill it with antique furniture, rescued from forgotten corners of the world. Let's add more details. If I win the lottery, I'll buy a rambling Victorian house with a wraparound porch overlooking a tranquil lake. I'd fill it with antique furniture, rescued from forgotten corners of the world, and spend my days tending a vibrant garden bursting with color. Evenings would be spent curled up by a crackling fireplace, lost in a captivating novel. This imaginative exercise helps prepare you for engaging, creative conversations. Let's try a few together. If I study diligently, I'll dramatically improve my English proficiency. If it rains tomorrow, I'll spend the day engrossed in a captivating book, a steaming mug of tea warming my hands. If I meet a new friend, I'll eagerly engage them in conversation, practicing my English and learning about their unique perspective. These conditional sentences aren't merely grammar practice. They're a gateway to vividly describing potential futures. Remember, when describing the future, feel free to blend simple and complex sentences. Even a simple, "Tomorrow I'll prepare a delicious dinner," is a great beginning. Build upon it gradually. Another key to fluency is expressing opinions and ideas effectively. While many learners can describe objects and actions, they often hesitate when asked, "What do you think?" Articulating your thoughts is a hallmark of true fluency. Let's start small. I like pizza. This is fine, but let's enrich it. I like pizza because its savory aroma and the molten cheese evoke feelings of warmth and comfort. Expand further. I like pizza because its savory aroma and the molten cheese evoke feelings of warmth and comfort. The satisfying chewiness of the crust and the burst of flavor from the toppings create a delightful sensory experience. Sharing it with friends makes it even more enjoyable. Notice how a simple statement develops into a rich expression of your feelings and justifications. Let's practice. I enjoy reading. Let's expand it. I enjoy reading because it transports me to other worlds, other times, and allows me to connect with compelling characters and thought-provoking stories. For daily practice, choose one thing you like and one thing you dislike. Describe each for a minute, explaining your reasoning. Finally, let's address describing abstract ideas, concepts we can't physically touch or see. These require a nuanced approach, often involving metaphorical language and illustrative examples. For instance, describing justice might involve recounting a personal experience that exemplifies fairness or injustice, or discussing legal principles and their societal impact. Similarly, expressing the abstract concept of love might involve recalling specific instances of affection, explaining its impact on personal relationships, or reflecting on its artistic or literary representations. Remember, describing abstract ideas requires creativity and drawing upon personal experiences and observations. Abstract concepts like freedom, love, friendship, and happiness are harder to describe than concrete objects you can see or touch. However, mastering the art of describing these intangible ideas significantly enhances your English fluency and expressiveness. Let's explore how. Consider the simple statement, friendship is important. This is accurate but lacks depth. We can build upon this by adding reasons and details. For example, we can say, friendship is important because it provides invaluable support during challenging times. That's better, but we can enrich it further. Friendship is crucial because it offers emotional support, making us feel loved and understood, especially when we face difficulties. It helps us navigate tough situations, provides a listening ear, and offers a shoulder to lean on. Moreover, strong friendships create cherished memories that we carry with us throughout our lives, shaping our personal narratives and enriching our experiences. This expanded description demonstrates the power of layering details to convey meaning effectively. Let's practice this with another abstract concept, happiness. The basic statement, happiness is a good feeling, is a starting point. We can improve it gradually. Happiness is a positive feeling that arises when something wonderful happens. Is a step up. But let's delve deeper. Happiness is a positive feeling triggered by positive events, such as spending quality time with loved ones, achieving a significant goal, or experiencing moments of unexpected kindness. This feeling fills your heart with joy, peace, and contentment, leaving a lasting positive impact on your emotional well-being. It's a complex emotion, often involving a sense of fulfillment and a deep sense of well-being. Notice how adding specific examples and sensory details transforms a simple sentence into a richer, more evocative description. To further develop your ability to express abstract ideas, I recommend a weekly practice. Choose a significant concept, such as success, love, kindness, or learning, and spend 5 minutes speaking about its meaning to you. For instance, success isn't just about achieving goals, it's about the journey. It's about the perseverance, the dedication, the moments of self-doubt overcome, and the ultimate pride in your accomplishments, big or small. Success could mean earning a college degree, mastering a new skill, or even simply learning a new English word. Each victory contributes to a larger sense of achievement. This practice fosters thoughtful reflection and enhances your communication skills. Another valuable skill is expressing agreement and disagreement politely. If someone says, I believe winter is the most beautiful season, you could agree by stating, I wholeheartedly concur. The serene beauty of a snow-covered landscape, the crisp air, and the cozy atmosphere of winter are truly captivating. Or you could politely disagree. That's an interesting perspective. However, I personally find summer more appealing due to its warmth, vibrant energy, and the abundance of outdoor activities. Mastering these conversational skills builds confidence and enhances your communication abilities. Practice using phrases like, I agree because, I understand your perspective, but I respectfully disagree because I see it differently to express your opinions effectively and respectfully. Remember, expressing your opinions effectively doesn't require complex vocabulary. Begin with simple statements, then expand by providing supporting reasons and concrete examples. As you consistently practice, your vocabulary will naturally expand, and your ability to articulate your thoughts clearly and fluently will significantly improve. The key is consistent practice and mindful articulation. One of the most effective ways to improve English fluency is through detailed descriptions of past experiences. Narrating past events is a cornerstone of everyday conversation. Think about it. How often do you hear questions like, "What did you do yesterday?" Or, "How was your weekend?" Responding with a rich, descriptive narrative, rather than a simple one-sentence answer, instantly elevates your fluency and confidence. Let's begin with a simple example. Yesterday, I watched a movie. That's fine, but it lacks detail. Let's build upon it. Yesterday, I watched a movie at home. Better. Now, let's add more. Yesterday, I watched a movie at home with my family. Even richer. Let's continue adding layers. Yesterday, I watched a movie at home with my family. We enjoyed popcorn and drinks. Finally, let's add emotional detail. Yesterday, I watched a movie at home with my family. We enjoyed popcorn and drinks, and we laughed a lot because the movie was hilarious. Notice how a short, simple sentence blossomed into a full, engaging story. Let's practice together. Repeat after me slowly. Last weekend, I went shopping. Now, let's add detail. Last weekend, I went shopping at the mall. More detail. Last weekend, I went shopping at the mall, and I bought a new pair of shoes. And even more, last weekend, I went shopping at the mall. I bought a new pair of shoes, and I felt incredibly happy because they were exactly the style I'd been searching for. Finally, let's add another layer. Last weekend, I went shopping at the mall, bought a new pair of shoes. I felt so happy because they were perfect. Afterward, I met a friend for coffee at a charming little cafe downtown. See how a simple memory transforms into compelling storytelling? Another technique for vividly describing past events involves using precise time markers. Words like yesterday, last week, 2 days ago, this morning, in the evening, when I was a child, etc., provide a clear chronological framework for your narrative. For instance, instead of "I played football," try "When I was a child, I played soccer every afternoon after school with my friends, often until the streetlights came on." Or instead of "I studied," say, "Last night I studied English for 2 hours, focusing on irregular verbs and learned 10 new vocabulary words." Using these time markers creates a natural flow and enhances comprehension. Let's try another example. Repeat after me. Yesterday, I cooked dinner. Let's expand. Yesterday, I cooked dinner for my family. More details. Yesterday, I cooked dinner for my family. I made a delicious chicken stir-fry with brown rice. Let's add the setting. Yesterday, I cooked dinner for my family. I made a chicken stir-fry with brown rice, and we all sat together at the table. Now, let's add emotional depth. Yesterday, I cooked dinner for my family. I made a chicken stir fry with brown rice, and we sat together at the table, enjoying each other's company and sharing stories about our day until late in the evening. It was a truly heartwarming experience. This is how you craft lengthy, fluent responses. Here's an exercise. Each evening, spend 3 minutes describing one event from your day in English. Incorporate time words, sensory details, what you saw, heard, smelled, tasted, touched, and emotional responses. For example, this morning I woke up early. I felt a little tired, but also excited to start my day. The sunrise was spectacular, painting the sky in shades of orange and pink. I ate a piece of toast with strawberry jam, drank some hot tea, and listened to the birds chirping outside my window. It was a peaceful and refreshing start. Consistent practice trains your brain to retrieve memories and articulate them fluently in English. Now, let's tackle larger events, trips, celebrations, or special occasions. Last year, I traveled to another city. This is too brief. Let's enhance it. Last year, I traveled to New York City to visit my aunt and uncle. More detail. Last year, I traveled to New York City to visit my aunt and uncle. The train ride was surprisingly scenic. Even more detail. Last year, I traveled to New York City to visit my aunt and uncle. The train ride was scenic and surprisingly comfortable. When I arrived, they greeted me with warm smiles and hugs, and we spent the entire evening at a family favorite Italian restaurant, sharing stories and enjoying delicious food. Notice how this creates a vivid picture for the listener? Let's practice again. 2 years ago, I went to the beach. Let's expand. 2 years ago, I went to the beach with my friends. Adding more details. 2 years ago, I went to the beach with my friends, and we spent the afternoon building elaborate sandcastles. Even more detail. 2 years ago, I went to the beach with my friends. We spent the afternoon building sandcastles, swimming in the ocean, and playing frisbee. In the evening, we watched the sunset together, sharing ice cream and laughing. See how memories transform into fluent narratives? Another beneficial exercise is describing childhood memories. They often evoke strong emotions and sensory details. For example, when I was a child, I played outside with my neighbors every afternoon. Let's add detail. When I was a child, I played outside with my neighbors every afternoon in the park down the street. More detail. When I was a child, I played outside with my neighbors every afternoon in the park down the street. We loved playing hide and seek amongst the old oak trees. Even more. When I was a child, I played outside with my neighbors every afternoon in the park. We loved playing hide and seek among the old oak trees, and sometimes we'd even climb the tallest one to see the whole neighborhood. Those were some of the happiest days of my childhood. Childhood memories provide exceptional practice for descriptive fluency. Finally, here's a challenge. Once a week, choose a childhood memory and record yourself speaking about it in English for 3 to 5 minutes without stopping. Even if you make mistakes, keep going. Afterward, listen to the recording, identify areas for improvement, and re-record, adding more detail each time. This practice fosters continuous speaking, the key to achieving true fluency in English. Remember, consistent effort in vividly describing your past experiences is the pathway to confident and fluent English communication. Effective communication isn't about achieving grammatical perfection. It's about fostering a genuine connection with your audience. Think of it this way. Your listener isn't grading your essay. They're embarking on a journey with you. They want to be transported to the scene you're describing, to feel the emotions you experienced, to vividly imagine the world you're sharing. Accuracy in grammar is important, of course, but it's secondary to the overall impact of your narrative. Fluency, in the context of spoken communication, is less about flawless sentence structure and more about the ability to paint a vivid picture with your words. Imagine you're describing a bustling marketplace in Marrakesh. Instead of saying simply, the marketplace was crowded, you could say, the air throbbed with a cacophony of sounds, the insistent haggling of merchants, the bleating of goats from a nearby stall, the rhythmic clang of a blacksmith's hammer. The colors were a dizzying assault on the senses. Vibrant silks spilled from overflowing baskets, the deep ochre of the sun-baked walls, the jewel-toned spices piled high in pyramids. See the difference? The second description doesn't necessarily have perfect grammar, but it's far more engaging and memorable. It evokes a powerful sense of place and atmosphere. Similarly, consider expressing emotion. Instead of a simple, I was sad, you might say, a wave of profound sadness washed over me, leaving me feeling as if the world itself had grown dim. The vibrant colors of the day seemed to drain away, replaced by a muted gray that mirrored the emptiness in my heart. This more detailed description allows your listener to connect with your emotions on a deeper level. The goal isn't to be grammatically perfect. The goal is to communicate effectively, to create a shared experience, and to leave a lasting impression. So, focus on conveying your story in a clear, engaging, and emotionally resonant way. That, truly, is fluency. One of the most effective ways to prepare for real-life English conversations is through role-playing. Role-playing involves mentally placing yourself in a common scenario and practicing what you would say and do in English. This powerful technique seamlessly blends descriptive language, reactive responses, and natural speech practice. Let's explore this with some practical examples. First, let's imagine a simple scenario: ordering at a cafe. A basic phrase like, I want tea, is grammatically correct but lacks the nuance and politeness of more natural English. Let's build upon it. We can say, I'd like a cup of tea, please. This is already an improvement. Now, let's add detail. I'd like a cup of tea, please, with a little sugar. Even better. And let's make it more realistic. I'd like a cup of tea, please, with a little sugar, and could I also get a blueberry muffin? Notice the gradual expansion of your request, adding layers of detail and making your communication clearer and more polite. Try it with me. Repeat slowly. I'd like water. Now add more. I'd like a glass of water, please. Excellent. Let's add another detail. I'd like a glass of water, please, with ice. Finally, add a reason. I'd like a glass of water, please, with ice. It's such a hot day. This level of detail adds natural flow and demonstrates politeness. Now, let's consider a different scenario: shopping for clothes. You might start with, I want a shirt, but let's refine that. Try saying, I'm looking for a shirt, please. Now add a size. I'm looking for a shirt, please, in a medium. Let's add color. I'm looking for a shirt, please, in a medium, a light blue, perhaps. Finally, add context. I'm looking for a shirt, please, in a medium, a light blue, preferably something lightweight and breathable for summer. This precise description helps you clearly convey your needs. Remember, the goal is to practice describing your needs precisely and naturally, just as you would in your native language. Here's a structured exercise. Each week, choose a role-play scenario: ordering food, shopping for groceries, making an appointment with a doctor, asking for directions, or even dealing with a minor customer service issue. Speak aloud as if you were truly in that situation. The more detail you add, the more confident and fluent you will become. This prepares you for real conversations by simulating the challenges and successes of authentic communication. Let's practice a doctor's visit. A simple statement, "I have pain," is far too vague. Let's expand. "I have a headache." Let's add duration. "I've had a headache since yesterday." More detail. "I've had a headache since yesterday, and I've also felt very tired." Even more detail. "I've had a headache since yesterday. I'm very tired, and I feel a little dizzy when I stand up quickly." This detailed explanation provides the doctor with the essential information needed for effective diagnosis. Practice this with me. "I have a cough." Now add details. "I have a cough that started last week." Now add severity. "I have a cough that started last week and it's getting worse at night." Finally, add more symptoms. "I have a cough that started last week. It's worse at night and I have a sore throat when I talk." Clear communication is crucial in situations like these. Another valuable role play involves asking for directions. Instead of a blunt, "Where's the station?" try, "Excuse me, could you tell me where the train station is, please?" Add more specificity. "Excuse me, could you tell me where the train station is? I'm looking for the main entrance." And finally, add context. "Excuse me, could you tell me where the train station is? I'm looking for the main entrance because I need to catch a train to the airport." This polite and informative approach increases your chances of receiving clear and helpful directions. Consider this challenge. Stand before a mirror and act out a role-play scenario. Imagine you're at a cafe ordering coffee and a pastry, or shopping for shoes, or needing help finding a specific location. Speak aloud, describing what you want, asking questions, and answering them yourself. This solo practice is a fun and effective way to build fluency. Finally, let's look at role-playing for job interviews. A common question is, "Tell me about yourself." Instead of a simple, "I'm a student," try, "I'm a business student." Add your interests. "I'm a business student, and I'm particularly interested in marketing and project management." Add more detail about skills. "I'm a business student, particularly interested in marketing and project management, and I'm actively developing my leadership skills through volunteer work." Finally, connect it to the job. "I'm a business student, interested in marketing and project management, and I've been actively developing my leadership skills through volunteer work. I believe my organizational skills and team-oriented approach would be a valuable asset to your company." This detailed self-description showcases your qualifications effectively. Similarly, instead of merely stating, "I'm friendly," in response to, "What are your strengths?" elaborate by discussing specific examples of how your friendliness translates into helpful actions, teamwork, or problem-solving. Remember, role-playing isn't just practice, it's preparation. By immersing yourself in realistic scenarios and practicing clear and detailed descriptions, you'll build both confidence and fluency. Consistent daily practice will prepare you for those real-life conversations where clear English is essential. Now that you've mastered describing objects, people, places, actions, and emotions, and even tackled role-playing scenarios, let's supercharge your English fluency with advanced practice drills. Think of these as brain workouts. Exercises designed to sharpen your thinking, smooth out your speech, and banish those frustrating hesitations that often pop up in real-life conversations. One highly effective technique is rapid description. Grab any object nearby, a coffee mug, a stapler, a houseplant, anything will do. Set a timer for 1 minute and describe it continuously, without pausing. Let's say you choose a pen. Instead of simply saying, "This is a pen," delve deeper. This is a sleek black ballpoint pen. It's cylindrical, approximately 5 inches long, and feels surprisingly lightweight in my hand. The clip is silver, almost gleaming, and it seems sturdy enough to withstand being tossed into a bag. The ink cartridge is blue, a vibrant, almost electric blue. The plastic casing has a subtle texture, a slight graininess that you can feel when you roll it between your fingers, and so on. The key isn't perfection. The goal is to keep the English flowing. The more you practice, the easier it will become to articulate detailed descriptions rapidly. Let's try it together. Look at your hand. Start with, "This is my hand." Now, expand. This is my hand. It has 5 fingers, each one unique in its length and shape. My thumb, slightly thicker than the rest, has a prominent knuckle. The nails are short, neatly trimmed, and my skin is soft to the touch, maybe a little dry from the air conditioning today. My palm is slightly calloused from years of writing. I use this hand to write, to type, to cook, to hug my loved ones, to gesture expressively when I talk. I feel a faint tingling sensation right now as I focus on it. Continue for as long as you can. This is the power of rapid description. It trains your brain to retrieve and articulate vocabulary effortlessly. Next up is paraphrasing, a skill that's invaluable when you hit a vocabulary snag. It's about conveying the same meaning using different words. For example, instead of, "I lost my wallet," you could say, "My wallet has vanished." "I can't find my wallet anywhere." Or, "I seem to have misplaced my wallet." Similarly, instead of, "The movie was boring," try, "The movie was incredibly dull." "I found the movie tedious and unengaging." Or even, "I nearly fell asleep during that movie." The more variations you practice, the more flexible your expression becomes. Let's practice. I'll start with a simple sentence. "I'm tired." Now, let's paraphrase. "I'm feeling completely drained." "I'm exhausted and need to rest." "I have zero energy left." "I'm worn out from a long day." See how many creative ways you can express the same idea? This keeps your conversations dynamic and prevents those frustrating moments of silence as you search for the perfect word. Another game changer is thinking in English. Many learners lose fluency because they translate from their native language. To break this habit, start small. See a tree? Think tree. See a car? Think car. Then expand. "That's a red sports car, sleek and fast." Or, "That's a tall oak tree, its leaves rustling in the breeze." Train your brain to directly access English words and phrases, skipping the translation step altogether. For a daily exercise, choose 5 things you see outside: a bustling street, a person hurrying to work, a fragrant bakery, a cloudy sky, and describe them in English mentally. Do this daily, and you'll be amazed at how quickly your brain starts thinking in English naturally. The five senses game is another powerful technique. Choose an object, a cup of coffee, a piece of fruit, anything, and describe it using all five senses. Let's take an apple. This apple is a vibrant, deep red, almost crimson. Its skin is smooth and shiny, reflecting the light. It has a sweet, slightly tart aroma, reminiscent of freshly picked fruit. When I bite into it, the taste is crisp, juicy, and intensely sweet with a subtle tang. I can feel the cool, firm texture against my teeth. Engaging all five senses creates richer, more vivid descriptions and significantly expands your vocabulary. Finally, let's discuss storytelling under time pressure. Set a timer for 1 minute and tell a story, anything. How your day started, a funny anecdote, a recent experience. Even a simple story like, I woke up late, rushed to get ready, grabbed a quick breakfast, and sprinted to catch the bus is valuable practice. The point is to keep talking, even if it's not perfect. This hones both your fluency and your ability to organize your thoughts swiftly. Gradually increase the time limit, 2 minutes, then 5, to steadily build your endurance. Fluency drills are like physical exercise. Consistency is key. It might feel challenging initially, but with dedicated daily practice, you'll see remarkable improvements. The beauty of these drills is you can do them anywhere, anytime, completely independently. Today, we're going to solidify your English fluency journey. We've already covered describing objects, people, places, actions, emotions, memories, opinions, and even future plans. You've learned the art of expanding sentences, adding descriptive details, creating smooth transitions between ideas, and maintaining a consistent flow of speech, all crucial elements for confident English communication. Remember, fluency isn't about speed, it's about clarity, naturalness, and self-assurance. It's about expressing yourself effectively, not racing through words. Let's reinforce these skills with a practical exercise. Imagine it's a relaxing Sunday, and you're spending the day at home. We'll build a narrative, sentence by sentence. We'll start simply. I woke up late this morning. Now, let's add detail. I woke up late this morning and stretched languidly in bed, the sunlight already streaming through my curtains. Notice how we've added sensory detail, sunlight streaming. Let's add more. I woke up late this morning, stretched languidly in bed, the sunlight already streaming through my curtains, warming my face. The birds were chirping outside, a gentle melody that eased me into the day. See how each addition builds upon the previous one, creating a richer picture? Now, let's expand further. I woke up late this morning, stretched languidly in bed, the sunlight already streaming through my curtains, warming my face. The birds were chirping outside, a gentle melody that eased me into the day. I felt a sense of calm, a peaceful contentment that comes only from a leisurely weekend morning. This feeling prompted me to make a special breakfast, something I rarely have time for during the week. And finally, let's add the last details. I woke up late this morning, stretched languidly in bed, the sunlight already streaming through my curtains, warming my face. The birds were chirping outside, a gentle melody that eased me into the day. I felt a sense of calm, a peaceful contentment that comes only from a leisurely weekend morning. This feeling prompted me to make a special breakfast, fluffy pancakes with fresh berries and a strong cup of coffee. I put on some jazz music, and the entire kitchen filled with the aroma of cooking and the sounds of my favorite saxophone player. It was the perfect start to a perfect day. This demonstrates how a simple idea can blossom into a detailed, fluent description. The key is to build gradually, adding layer upon layer of detail. Don't be afraid to use simple words. Focus on clear expression. Now, here's your challenge. After this lesson, dedicate 10 minutes to describing your entire day in English. Start from the moment you woke up and continue until now. Don't worry about making mistakes. Don't translate in your head. Just let your English flow. Even simple sentences contribute to fluency. The continuous act of speaking trains your brain to think directly in English. Remember, fluency isn't about using complex vocabulary. It's about communicating clearly and confidently. True fluency means you can comfortably describe anything around you. The objects you see, the people you interact with, the places you visit, the emotions you experience, and the ideas you hold dear. Each detail you add is a building block in your fluency journey. Practice consistently, even if it's just for a few minutes each day. Describe what you eat, what you wear, the people you meet, your feelings, and even your dreams. The more you practice, the more natural English will become. You'll find yourself thinking and speaking in English without translating, engaging in longer conversations without hesitation. Learning a language is a marathon, not a sprint. Be patient, enjoy the process, and celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Consistent practice, persistent effort, and daily descriptive exercises will accelerate your fluency far beyond your expectations. Thank you for joining me today. I hope this lesson has equipped you with the tools and confidence to describe anything in English. Whether you're a beginner or an advanced learner, keep practicing, keep speaking, and most importantly, believe in yourself. Before you go, don't forget to subscribe to Confident Speaking Podcasts and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next lesson. We upload new videos daily to help you achieve fluency step by step. See you next time.